Hey y'all, so I am back with another nail tutorial and I've already started this set, but midway through I was like, I have to record these are going to be cute. So here I'm just showing you guys her side profile. I have already built up her French nails and I've already got them filed into shape and I'm ready to apply my next colors. So like I said, I had already started this set, and this particular client, I never record with her, and it's only because I know that she is going to take me a really long time. So I never want to add more stress to myself by recording. But just so happened this day, I only had one more client after her. Just so happened I went and checked one of my messages and the next client after her had canceled. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and record because this is probably going to be the only time I can with her. And I really do love the sets that she picks. They are always really super cute. So the set that she did choose for me was inspired by another nail tech, and I will show the picture right here. You can find them on Instagram. Very beautiful set. When I initially saw the picture, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cute. But then I started building them and I seen how much the colors popped. I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be a really cute set. So for my nail bed color, I use Valentino's Dragon Fruit. So one day I just happened to be on Instagram looking at nail pictures like I always do, and I seen someone had used this pink, and it is a really dark, like that old school French pink, but just cute, just really cute pink, right? So as soon as I seen the picture, I went to their website and I ordered the color. So got it, put it in my drawer, y'all, and I have never used it. This is my first time actually using it. I forgot all about it, but now that I have finally used it, that won't be happening again, okay? Because it is so cute. So the colors that I'm using for my tip, that yellow is that self mix that I used in my last video, and then the other color is from GLAMANDGLITS. I'll be sure to leave the name in the description. But to achieve this design on this nail, I'm going to be doing a vertical ombre, and I'm really not too stressed about it being flawless, the blend, because I'm going to go in over top at the end and add some nail art. So I am still going to try to get it as good as I can. So I just basically start with one color, apply that to that first side, and then come in with my second color. And when doing this, like I said with the French, I'm applying it very neat and clean, so that way I don't have to go in and file it, then cap. I can apply the color and then just cap it. So when creating a vertical ombre, I know I'm going to end up using a lot of the powder. So in order for this nail not to be too thick, I'm making sure that each bead that I pick up is a very small bead. So I'm building it up. I'm going to build it, blend it, then clean it, and do that process until I get those individual colors as opaque as I need them to be. Now once I have that done, then I'm going to come in and I'm going to start my fade down the center. So to do this, I'm going to start with one bead and I'm going to apply that color just towards the center, and then I'm going to bring it all the way down to the tip, and then I'm going to immediately come with the next color and apply it in the center and barely overlap it to the other color. I think when it comes to fading and blending, you want to use wet beads and you want to do it fast before the product starts to set up. So if you get both of those colors down in the center, both of them wet, and then both of them blended by each other, that's how you can create that good fade. Okay, so I'm getting ready to cap this French nail, and when it comes to French nails, your capping is going to be different. I always start by looking at the side profile of the nail so I can see exactly what I have already built up. So if I have built my color up well enough to where it meets up with my nail bed that I've already made, then I can just go in and do a small capping over that and then make sure that I have my apex towards the back. It's all about structure when it comes to nails, period. But of course, when you're doing a two-step like this, you want to make sure that you have your structure built up just right. So I'm just going to continue with my ring finger, and it's going to be a full color of the Glam and Glitz, and I'm just going to start at the tip and then walk that color back. And I'm going to walk it back as far as I can, and if I don't get it back all the way, then I'll come in and I'll just add a little bit to the sides as need be. Now with this though, when you're applying your tip color, you want to make sure that you're still keeping it inside of that tip. You're keeping your sides clean and you're really flattening out that color. You do not want this to get bulky at all. You want to make sure, like I said, that it's even with the nail bed that you created and it's flat and smooth. That is going to save you so much time when it comes to your finish filing, because I have before just went free nilly-willy and applied a color on the tip and really not worried about it being proportioned, because I thought, well, it'll be okay, I'm gonna come in and file most of that off anyway, and it was so difficult to file. So I'm telling you, your application is everything. You want to make sure that you apply it how you want to see it towards the end of the set. So for the middle finger, this one is also going to be that vertical ombre, and you can see when I'm doing it this way, I'm starting at the nail bed first with my bead. Instead of, if this was a regular fringe, I would start at the tip. Now the reason why I do this is because I want to apply this bead more wet, because I want to have time to really put it exactly where I want it, and I still want to be able to bump my color up against it and somewhat try to get a blend going. So that's why I apply it this way. So I'm just going to continue building this nail up. I'm going to use small wet beads. I'm going to get this side completed first, and then I'll move on to the other side and fill it in with that Glam and Glitz color. So once I get done applying those colors, I went in and capped it with clear. Now I'm coming to the pointer finger, and I'm going to take that yellow, start at the tip, and then start walking that one back. Once I have that done, I will go ahead and cap that one also. And then the thumb is also going to be that Glam and Glitz color, so those two would just be the solid colors. So I have my application done, and now I'm going to start my finish filing. So I always start with my hand file first. I like it like this because I feel like when I get that shape kind of set and I have the perimeter done, it makes it easier for when I come in and I shape the body. Because really, when you get the edges nice and sharp and you have it into whatever desired shape you're going to have, everything on the inside will just follow that. So that's why I like to start with my hand file first. Once I do have my hand filing done, then I'll come in with my e-file and I will start shaping the body. So when you're coming in and you're shaping the body, make sure that you don't go over what you've already done, meaning your side walls. So if I already have the perimeter done, I'm going to try to stay away from that when I come in and I file the top surface of the nail. I think a lot of times that's how you can lose your shape quick, is if you go and you over file it too much. So be aware of that perimeter and try to stay on the inside of that when you're smoothing out and creating your apex on the body. Alright, so the nails are now finished filed. They are nice and sharp, just the way I like them. And we're going to get right into design. So I'm going to be using some Madam Glam gel polishes, and I was so happy that I just so happened had these two colors that went pretty much a perfect match with this set. So I was glad about that. I didn't end up having to mix anything. So I'm going to start by just adding those two colors to my little palette. And like I said, this is a inspired set. So they had basically just dots going on those fringes. And I have a ton of dotting tools. So nothing can't be more easier than just creating some dots. That's what you think, right? So I started creating these dots, and don't get me wrong, it was easy, but you kind of have to get a rhythm when you're doing this because they start out big. Well, in the picture, they start out big, and then as she went up, she got smaller. So when you're creating something like that, it's all just about pressure. So you apply your dotting tool into your color, and then as I go and I add my first dot, well, the second one, of course, I'm going to use a little bit of lighter pressure, and so on and so on. But really what makes this is that it fades up. So as you're going up and you're decreasing your pressure, it's less polish on the dotting tool. So it all creates like its own little self-design. So it was pretty easy. Once I got in the rhythm of it and I got my hand positioned how it needed to be, I was okay. I started out coming like at an angle. I found out if I come straight down that it was easier to create those dots in a more uniform line. So I had to switch it up. And like I said, when you're doing nail art, it's just about finding out what works for you. And there are instances too where I went in and I added some dots and I didn't like it, so I took them off. Don't settle for it just being okay. If you look at it and you have like a second thought about it, go ahead and take that off and start over. I mean, I'd rather keep the client and do it correctly than to let her leave and I look back at pictures and say, oh man, I could have did better. So don't be ashamed to take that off if you need to. And also I went and switched out my dotting tool. Like I said, I got a ton of them. So if one's not working, I'm going to try another. So I'm just going to continue with the design. Of course, I'm using the opposite color of whatever side of the French I'm on. And it's kind of hard to see now because like I said, I switched how my hand was. I'm coming straight down instead of at an angle. And there too, I'm going in and constantly making changes. So when you're using gel polishes, sometimes if they are on the thinner side, they'll tend to start spreading. So you either want to work fast or like I am right here, if you catch it, you can go in and just take that one little piece off and then redo it. And I am trying to work fast and get them done so I can get them cured. So once I have one nail done, I'm going to have her, like I said, cure, and then I'm going to switch over to the other hand. And since I'm just working with two colors, I'm starting out with that yellow. So I'm just going to continue through all 5 nails on one hand and then so on to the next hand. And then once I'm done with the yellow, I'll clean my dotting tool and I'll switch over to my next color. And that is just, it kind of helps you with time. You don't want to do the yellow and then clean your brush and then do that color. You kind of just want to boom, 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 yellow, yellow, yellow. So that's why I do it like that. So after I have all 20 million dots done, I'm going to come in and this would be the last of my design. So it's one of those, well, I guess you can call it a smiley face, but it's the one with the X'd out eyes and then just the smile. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to start by creating my little X's, and I'm going very thin at first because I want to make sure that before I intensify it, that it's exactly how I want it to be. So I'm just taking my striping brush, and this one is from Magpie. I told you guys a while back that I got these and I really do love them. They are really good striping brushes. So if you're searching for one, I really do recommend these. I love them. So once I have the X's cured, and like I said, I'm going to stay in that rhythm. So I'm going to come from that hand that I've already done and jump to the other hand and do the same thing. Get my X's down and then get them cured, and then I'll move on back to the first hand and finish up with the little smile. Alright y'all, the only thing left to do is give these a top coat, and I am using Young Nails Ultimate Top Gel, and that was it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really did love these sets. Y'all know here lately I am all about the bright, fun nail art set, so I love this one. I hope you guys loved it. Let me know if you did. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and if you're not subscribed, please do so, and I will see y'all in another video. Bye.